Boker Tov. I'm live from the old city. Bonus points if you can guess where I'm standing in front of. It's one of my favorite places in the world. And we're going to learn a beautiful, sweet halacha from Gandfried's masterpiece, the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, which is meant to summarize Jewish law. Yilbash malbush arishon et hatalit hakatan. So yesterday we spoke about the first thing a Jew is supposed to do is wash their hands. Now this halacha is for men. Men, the first garment that they're supposed to wear is a talit katan. What is a talit katan? This is a talit katan, often called a tzitzis. Okay? Tzitzit. The Torah commands us to wear tzitzit, at least men. Women, because the time-bound mitzvah, generally do not wear tzitzis. It's an interesting discussion in itself. Why specifically men? It may have to do with the fact that tzitzis are meant to guard us from our eyes, especially in terms of sexual matters, and men have a bigger struggle with that. So we need to be reminded all the time. Also, it's a garment. It's like a uniform, and men need identity. And women have their own uniform, which is their tsanua garb. But in any case, this halacha is directed to men. Men, the first thing they should do in the morning is obviously put on a shirt. An undershirt is generally we do nowadays. In the olden days, they would actually wear their tzitzis out. So like I do often, it's hot summer days, wear the tzitzis over the shirt. Their shirt used to actually be the tzitzis. So we wear a talit katan. Shelo yelech arba amot bli tzitzis. So a person shouldn't go 4 amas without tzitzis. Now, what's an amma? Some have asked. There's an argument as to what the measurement of an amma, a hand's breadth, literally means. Usually it's between 1.5 to 2 feet is a different opinion. So it would be a person shouldn't walk 6 to 8 feet without wearing tzitzis. Why not? Because that's considered a reshus, like its own 4 amas is always like that's significant. So immediately before you kind of go out into the world, if you can, wear tzitzis. Now this is one of those halachas that's suggesting you should do it if you walk 10 feet and you have tzitzis on. That's okay. It's actually based on the Kabbalistic writings of the Arizal. This idea of wearing tzitzis right away. You should be surrounded in mitzvahs. And it's a beautiful thing, but if you don't do it right away, it's not a violation of Jewish law. And sometimes it's hard to know that when you're learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, what's a law and what's just a custom. So I'll try to be clear with you. But because your hands are still not clean, we're talking even before you washed your hand, you put on your tzitzis. So I apologize, actually. Put on your tzitzis, then wash your hands. That's what he's saying. You don't say a blessing. Okay? So what do we generally do? Men who wear a talis, generally married men wear a talis, and in many communities, a talit gadol, a big talis, they'll say the bracha later on the talit gadol and have in mind the tzitzis. Others who don't wear a talis will say the tzitzis later as we begin our davening. But you just put on the tzitzis. If you stayed up all night and you wore tzitzis, which is the custom of many, like the Mishnah Brura, so then you would not wear, then you would still say a bracha, but you would will your tzitzis a little bit to show that there's been some sort of change. Okay, so I hope that was clear. I'll tell you one story. There's many stories like this about how tzitzis protects a person. So there was a few years back, there was a man who unfortunately was a lawyer, and this guy went crazy and he shot him 6 times. It was an Orthodox Jew. And the doctor was shocked that all 6 shots had missed the spot of this. He would have worn a little bit different clothing, a little bit anything, the 6 shots would have killed the man. But because he was wearing that exact garb, he was saved. And the man retold the story that morning he had left without tzitzis, and then he went back and put on his tzitzis. Wow, who knows? Without that tzitzis, if he would have lived. There are many stories like this. Of course, the main reason we're tzitzis is because God told us to. It's a spiritual protection, but even in a physical way, sometimes we see with open eyes the protection of keeping Torah and mitzvahs. So that was a fun law. Right away, put on your tzitzis. and then go to the rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed this daily sweet halacha. If you have any questions, please send them to me, Facebook, WhatsApp, on my YouTube page. If you're enjoying these daily halachas, please let me know. To support the Simcha Center-based Medrash Simcha is starting in the Old City this Rosh Chodesh Elul with the Nate's davening, and I hope you can become a part of it. And you can please ask me any questions over WhatsApp or email, keithflax@gmail.com. Signing out from the Old City. Good almost Shabbos. Good almost Shabbos.